The girl who saved her lunch money and built a financial empire. Picture this: a 7-year-old girl in Brazil who doesn't get an allowance, so she saves her lunch money instead. While other kids spend their birthday wishes on toys, she asks for cash. By age 14, she's making TV commercials. By 25, she's a television reporter. By 30, she's built the largest financial education platform in Latin America, reaching over 21 million people monthly. This isn't a fairy tale. This is the extraordinary true story of Nathalia Arcuri, the woman who revolutionized financial education in Brazil and created a method so powerful it transformed millions of people from debtors into investors in just 33 days. Her book, Me Pup, isn't just another finance guide. It's a financial awakening that challenges everything you've been taught about money, success, and the path to financial freedom. This is the story of how a middle-class girl with a dream became Brazil's most influential financial educator, and how her methods can change your life too. The birth of a financial revolutionary. From reporter to money mentor, Nathalia Arcuri's journey began in the most unexpected way. As a television journalist and weather presenter, she was living the dream many people chase: good salary, stable job, public recognition. But something was missing. She watched millions of Brazilians struggling with debt, making the same financial mistakes over and over, while traditional financial advice remained boring, complicated, and completely disconnected from reality. The moment everything changed. In 2013, while working as a TV reporter, Nathalia had an epiphany. She realized that financial education in Brazil was either non-existent or presented in such a dry, academic way that regular people couldn't relate to it. Meanwhile, her own financial success came from principles she'd learned through trial and error, starting from that 7-year-old who saved lunch money. The revolutionary idea: what if financial education could be entertaining? What if learning about money could be as engaging as watching your favorite TV show? What if someone could speak to regular people in language they actually understood? That's when Me Pup was born, not just as a blog, but as a movement to democratize financial knowledge. The entertainment revolution. Nathalia discovered something powerful. When you make financial education entertaining, people actually pay attention and, more importantly, take action. She didn't just teach about budgeting, she made it fun. She didn't just explain investments, she made them accessible and exciting. The secret sauce. Traditional financial advisors spoke in jargon about asset allocation and risk tolerance. Nathalia spoke about dreams, goals, and the specific steps needed to achieve them. She used humor, personal stories, and practical examples that resonated with real people facing real financial challenges. The Me Pup method: 33 days to financial transformation. The philosophy behind the system. The Me Pup method isn't built on complex economic theories or sophisticated investment strategies. It's built on a simple but revolutionary premise: anyone can achieve financial freedom if they have the right knowledge, the right tools, and the right mindset. But here's the twist: instead of overwhelming people with everything they need to know about money, Nathalia breaks it down into 33 daily challenges that progressively build financial literacy and wealth-building habits. Why 33 days? The number isn't arbitrary. Research shows it takes approximately 21 to 30 days to form a new habit. Nathalia extended this to 33 days to ensure the financial habits would stick permanently. Each day builds on the previous one, creating a systematic transformation from financial chaos to financial control. The psychological breakthrough. Most people fail at financial planning because they try to change everything at once. The 33-day method succeeds because it focuses on one small change per day. By the end of 33 days, you've made 33 positive changes to your financial life without feeling overwhelmed. The 10 pillars of financial freedom. Pillar 1. Know your financial reality. The brutal truth challenge. Before you can fix your financial life, you must face the brutal truth about where you currently stand. Most people live in financial denial, avoiding the numbers because they're afraid of what they'll find. Nathalia's reality check system. Day 1 of the method involves a complete financial audit. You list every asset you own, every debt you owe, every monthly expense, and every source of income. This isn't just accounting, it's financial awakening. The shocking discovery. Most people doing this exercise discover they've been living beyond their means without realizing it. They find subscriptions they forgot about, debts they've been ignoring, and expenses that serve no real purpose in their lives. The transformation begins. Once you know exactly where you stand financially, you can create a realistic plan to improve. You can't manage what you don't measure, and you can't improve what you don't acknowledge. Pillar 2. Master your money psychology. The money mindset revolution. Nathalia discovered that financial problems are rarely about math, they're about psychology. People make irrational financial decisions based on emotions, childhood programming, and social pressures. The Brazilian money trauma. Growing up in Brazil during periods of hyperinflation, economic instability, and financial uncertainty, many Brazilians developed unhealthy relationships with money. Some became extreme savers out of fear, while others became extreme spenders because they believed money was worthless. The 4 money personalities. Nathalia identified 4 common money personalities among her followers. The spender, lives for today, struggles with delayed gratification. The saver, hoards money but never invests it productively. The avoider, pretends money doesn't matter, makes no financial plans. The worrier, obsesses over money but makes poor decisions from fear. The personality-based solution. Instead of using one-size-fits-all advice, the MEPUP method provides specific strategies for each personality type, helping people work with their natural tendencies rather than against them. Pillar 3. Eliminate debt systematically. The Brazilian debt crisis. When Nathalia started MEPUP, over 60% of Brazilian adults were in debt. Credit card debt was destroying families, and financial stress was affecting people's health, relationships, and career prospects. The MEPUP debt elimination strategy. Nathalia developed a systematic approach to debt elimination that's both mathematically sound and psychologically motivating. Step 1. List all debts. Every debt, from credit cards to personal loans to money borrowed from family, gets listed with balance, minimum payment, and interest rate. Step 2. Choose your strategy. Debt snowball. Pay minimums on all debts, but attack the smallest balance first for quick psychological wins. Debt avalanche. Pay minimums on all debts, but attack the highest interest rate first for maximum mathematical efficiency. Step 3. Find extra money. Through the 33-day challenges, people discover hundreds of dollars in wasted spending that can be redirected to debt elimination. Step 4. Negotiate like a pro. Nathalia teaches specific scripts and strategies for negotiating with creditors to reduce balances, lower interest rates, or create manageable payment plans. Pillar 4. Create multiple income streams. The traditional job trap. Nathalia recognized that relying on a single source of income is risky in today's volatile economy. The COVID-19 pandemic proved this point dramatically when millions lost their jobs overnight. The side hustle revolution. Years before side hustles became trendy, Nathalia was teaching Brazilians to create additional income streams. Her approach focuses on leveraging skills people already have rather than requiring major investments or business expertise. The MEPUP income multiplication system. Skill monetization. Identify skills you have that others need, then package them into services or products. Asset utilization. Use things you already own, car, spare room, equipment, to generate income. Digital opportunities. Leverage technology and social media to reach customers worldwide. Passive income building. Create income sources that eventually require minimal ongoing effort. Real success stories. Nathalia shares countless examples of people who used her methods to create substantial additional income. Teachers selling online courses, housewives becoming social media managers, retirees starting consulting businesses. Pillar 5. Build your emergency fund. The financial security blanket. An emergency fund isn't just money in the bank, it's peace of mind, freedom from financial anxiety, and the foundation for all other wealth-building activities. The Brazilian context. In a country with economic volatility, having an emergency fund is even more critical. Nathalia teaches that your emergency fund should cover 6 to 12 months of expenses, not just 3 to 6 months as often recommended in more stable economies. The progressive building strategy. Instead of overwhelming people with the idea of saving thousands of dollars immediately, the ME-PUP method builds emergency funds progressively. Week 1. Save enough for 1 day of expenses. Week 2. Build to 1 week of expenses. Month 1. Reach 1 month of expenses. Month 6. Achieve 3 months of expenses. Month 12. Complete 6-month emergency fund. Pillar 6. Understand Brazilian investments. Demystifying the investment world. When Nathalia started, the Brazilian investment world was dominated by banks pushing expensive, low-return products to unsophisticated investors. Independent brokerages existed but required minimum investments most people couldn't afford. The investment education revolution. Nathalia made investing accessible by explaining complex concepts in simple terms and showing people how to start investing with small amounts of money. The ME-PUP investment hierarchy. Level 1. Risk-free foundations. Savings accounts and government bonds, Tesouro Direto, for emergency funds and short-term goals. Level 2. Fixed income diversification. CDBs, LCIs, and other fixed income instruments for steady returns. Level 3. Real estate investment trusts FIs. Brazilian REITs for real estate exposure without massive capital requirements. Level 4. Stock market participation. Individual stocks and stock funds for long-term wealth building. Level 5. International diversification. Global investments to protect against local economic issues. Pillar 7. Plan for major life goals. Beyond day-to-day budgeting. While many financial educators focus solely on budgeting and debt elimination, Nathalia emphasizes planning for major life goals: buying a home, funding education, starting a business, or retiring early. The goal-based investment strategy. Each major goal gets its own dedicated investment strategy based on time horizon and risk tolerance. Short-term goals, 1 to 3 years conservative, liquid investments. Medium-term goals, 3 to 10 years balanced mix of conservative and growth investments. Long-term goals, 10+ years growth-focused investments with higher return potential. The visualization technique. Nathalia teaches people to create detailed visions of their goals, including specific dollar amounts, timelines, and emotional motivations. This psychological technique makes abstract financial goals feel real and achievable. Pillar 8. Optimize your career and earning potential. The career development strategy. Building wealth isn't just about saving and investing, it's also about increasing your earning potential throughout your career. The ME-PUP Career Enhancement System. Skill development. Continuously learn skills that increase your market value. Network building. Develop relationships that create opportunities. Personal branding. Build a reputation that commands higher compensation. Negotiation mastery. Learn to advocate effectively for raises and promotions. The side business approach. For those with entrepreneurial inclinations, Nathalia provides guidance on starting businesses that complement rather than compete with traditional employment. Pillar 9. Protect your wealth. The often ignored component. Many people focus on building wealth but ignore protecting it. Insurance, legal structures, and risk management are essential components of complete financial planning. The protection portfolio. Health insurance, protecting against medical bankruptcies. Life insurance, ensuring family financial security. Disability insurance, replacing income if unable to work. Legal protection, understanding contracts and financial rights. Pillar 10. Create your financial legacy. Beyond personal wealth. The ultimate goal isn't just personal financial success but creating lasting financial security for family and making a positive impact on the community. The legacy mindset. Family financial education, teaching children healthy money habits. Community impact, using wealth to support causes you care about. Intergenerational planning, creating wealth that benefits future generations. The 33-day transformation, day by day. Week 1, foundation building, days 1 to 7. Day 1, the financial reality check. Calculate exact net worth, list all income and expenses, face the numbers without judgment. Day 2, identify your money personality. Take the assessment, understand your financial behavioral patterns, recognize your strengths and weaknesses. Day 3, set your financial goals. Define specific, measurable goals for 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years with emotional reasons why each matters. Day 4, create your basic budget. Implement a simple budgeting system that tracks spending without becoming burdensome. Day 5, find your money leaks. Identify unnecessary expenses that can be redirected toward goals. Day 6, open your investment accounts. Set up savings and investment accounts with reputable institutions. Day 7, weekly review system. Establish the habit of weekly financial check-ins to track progress. Week 2, debt elimination focus, days 8 to 14. Day 8, complete debt inventory. List every debt with balances, interest rates, and minimum payments. Day 9, choose your debt strategy. Decide between debt snowball and debt avalanche based on your personality. Day 10, negotiate with creditors. Contact creditors to negotiate better terms using provided scripts. Day 11, find extra debt payment money. Identify additional funds through expense cuts or income increases. Day 12, automate debt payments. Set up automatic payments to ensure consistency and avoid late fees. Day 13, create debt milestones. Break large debt balances into smaller, achievable milestones for motivation. Day 14, celebrate small wins. Acknowledge progress made in first 2 weeks and adjust strategy if needed. Week 3, income multiplication, days 15 to 21. Day 15, skills inventory. List all skills that could potentially generate income. Day 16, market research. Research demand and pricing for your skills in the marketplace. Day 17, create your offer. Package your skills into a clear service or product offering. Day 18, build your platform. Set up basic online presence, social media, simple website, portfolio. Day 19, find your first customers. Implement specific strategies to find and attract initial customers. Day 20, deliver excellence. Focus on providing exceptional value to build reputation and referrals. Day 21, scale your income. Optimize and systematize your additional income source. Week 4, investment foundation, days 22 to 28. Day 22, investment education. Learn basic investment concepts relevant to your situation and goals. Day 23, risk assessment. Determine your risk tolerance based on age, goals, and personality. Day 24, asset allocation strategy. Create an appropriate investment mix for your circumstances. Day 25, make your first investment. Start with a small, conservative investment to build confidence. Day 26, set up automation. Automate regular investments to ensure consistency. Day 27, monitor and track. Establish systems for tracking investment performance. Day 28, plan your growth. Create timeline for increasing investment amounts and sophistication. Week 5, optimization and future planning, days 29 to 33. Day 29, insurance review. Evaluate insurance needs and optimize coverage. Day 30, tax optimization. Understand tax-advantaged investment options available to you. Day 31, estate planning basics. Create basic estate planning documents and beneficiary designations. Day 32, system integration. Ensure all financial systems work together smoothly. Day 33, long-term planning. Create comprehensive plan for continued growth and success. The psychology of financial success. The Brazilian mindset transformation. From scarcity to abundance. Growing up in economic instability created a scarcity mindset in many Brazilians. Nathalia's method systematically transforms this into an abundance mindset through small, consistent wins. The confidence compound effect. Each successful day in the 33-day program builds confidence. By day 33, people don't just have better finances. They have fundamentally different relationships with money and success. Social proof and community. The MePup community provides social proof that financial success is possible for regular people, not just those born into wealth or with special advantages. The habit formation science. The 33-day neural pathway. Neuroscience shows that consistent daily actions create new neural pathways in the brain. The 33-day method literally rewires how people think about and handle money. The progressive complexity model. Early days focus on simple actions that build confidence. Later days introduce more complex concepts, but by then people have the foundation and confidence to handle them. The identity shift. By day 33, people no longer see themselves as bad with money. They've become people who make smart financial decisions. A powerful identity shift that drives continued success. Real results, success stories that inspire. Maria's transformation, from debt to investment. Maria, a single mother from Sao Paulo, started the 33-day program with $8,000 in credit card debt and no savings. She was working 2 jobs but still living paycheck to paycheck. Her 33-day journey. Days 1 to 7 faced reality of her financial situation, created basic budget. Days 8 to 14 negotiated with creditors, found extra $300 monthly for debt payment. Days 15 to 21 started selling homemade desserts, earning extra $500 monthly. Days 22 to 28 began emergency fund after paying off first credit card. Days 29 to 33 made first investment and created long-term plan. 6 months later, all debt eliminated, 3-month emergency fund established, investing $400 monthly, dessert business generating $1,200 monthly additional income. Carlos's business success, from employee to entrepreneur. Carlos worked as an IT technician earning a modest salary but dreamed of starting his own business. He completed the 33-day program while employed full-time. His transformation. Used skills inventory to identify consulting opportunities, built client base gradually, saved and invested additional income systematically, eventually left corporate job to run successful consulting business. Current status. Earns 3x his former salary, has diversified investment portfolio, owns rental property, achieved financial freedom in less than 3 years. Anna's early retirement, from teacher to financial independence. Anna, a public school teacher, used the MePup method to achieve financial independence by age 45, allowing her to retire early and pursue passion projects. Her strategy. Maximized teacher retirement contributions, built multiple income streams through tutoring and online courses, invested aggressively in growth assets, lived below means consistently. The result. Achieved financial independence 20 years earlier than traditional retirement, now travels and volunteers while her investments cover living expenses. Advanced strategies, beyond the 33 days. The millionaire mindset. Thinking like the wealthy. Nathalia studied wealthy Brazilians to identify common thought patterns and behaviors that distinguish them from middle-class earners. The wealthy person's daily habits. Check investment performance before checking social media. Ask, "How will this make me money?" before making purchases. Prioritize learning over entertainment in free time. Network with other ambitious people regularly. Think in terms of assets and cash flow, not just salary. International investment strategies. Global diversification for Brazilians. As the MePup audience became more sophisticated, Nathalia began teaching international investment strategies to protect against local economic volatility. The global portfolio approach. Brazilian stocks and bonds for local opportunities. U.S. stocks for global growth exposure. Real estate investment trusts for diversification. International bonds for stability. Commodities for inflation protection. Advanced tax optimization. Legal tax strategies. Understanding Brazil's complex tax system to minimize tax burden legally while maximizing investment returns. The professional structure. For higher earners, structuring income through professional corporations and optimizing between salary and dividend income. The technology revolution, Me Pup, goes digital. From blog to super app. The platform evolution. What started as a simple blog evolved into a comprehensive financial platform offering investment tracking and analysis tools, automated budgeting and expense tracking, personalized investment recommendations, educational content and courses, community features for peer support, artificial intelligence integration, AI-powered financial coaching. The latest version of the Me Pup platform uses artificial intelligence to provide personalized financial advice based on individual circumstances and goals. Machine learning optimization. The system learns from user behavior to provide increasingly relevant and effective recommendations. The social impact, changing Brazil's financial culture. The democratization of financial knowledge. Breaking down barriers. Traditionally, sophisticated financial advice was available only to wealthy Brazilians. Me Pup made this knowledge accessible to everyone regardless of income level. The educational revolution. Schools began incorporating Me Pup content into curricula, parents started teaching children financial literacy using Nathalia's methods, and financial education became socially acceptable and even trendy. The economic impact. Measurable results. Studies showed that cities with higher Me Pup engagement had lower household debt ratios, higher savings rates, increased small business formation, greater stock market participation by individual investors. The multiplier effect. As individuals improved their financial situations, they spent more money in local economies, started businesses that created jobs, and became investors in Brazilian companies. Global recognition and expansion. International awards and recognition. World Economic Forum recognition. Nathalia became the only Brazilian influencer invited to the World Economic Forum, recognizing her impact on global financial education. Young Global Leader. Selected as a World Economic Forum Young Global Leader for her contribution to financial democracy and social impact. Expansion beyond Brazil. The global vision. The Me Pup method is being adapted for other Latin American countries with similar economic challenges and cultural contexts. The universal principles. While specific investment products and regulations vary by country, the core principles of the 33-day method apply universally. The future of financial education. The next evolution. Beyond individual success. Nathalia's vision extends beyond individual financial success to systemic change in how societies approach money and wealth building. The generational impact. Children growing up with parents who applied Me Pup principles will have fundamentally different relationships with money, potentially ending cycles of financial struggle. Technology and personalization. The personalized financial coach. Future versions of financial education will be highly personalized using AI, behavioral psychology, and big data to provide individually optimized guidance. Virtual reality training. Immersive technologies will allow people to practice financial decision-making in safe, simulated environments before risking real money. Implementing Me Pup principles in your life. The American adaptation. While the book was written for the Brazilian market, the core principles translate effectively to other economies. Universal principles. Know your financial reality precisely. Understand your money psychology. Eliminate debt systematically. Build multiple income streams. Create emergency funds for security. Invest for long-term growth. Plan for major life goals. Optimize career earning potential. Protect accumulated wealth. Build lasting financial legacy. The 30-Day American Challenge. Week 1, Foundation. Complete financial audit and reality check. Identify money personality and behavioral patterns. Set specific financial goals with emotional motivations. Implement tracking system for income and expenses. Week 2, Debt and Defense. Create comprehensive debt elimination strategy. Negotiate with creditors for better terms. Begin building emergency funds systematically. Set up automated savings and debt payments. Week 3, Income and Investment. Identify opportunities for additional income streams. Research and open investment accounts appropriate for goals. Make first investments in diversified, low-cost funds. Create systems for regular investment contributions. Week 4, Optimization and Future. Review and optimize insurance coverage. Research tax-advantaged investment accounts. Create or update basic estate planning documents. Develop long-term wealth building and legacy plan. Adapting for different life stages. Young adults, 20s. Focus on building good habits, eliminating student debt, starting investing early to maximize compound growth. Career building, 30s. Optimize earning potential through skill development, balance debt elimination with investment building, plan for major purchases like homes. Peak earning, 40s-50s. Maximize savings and investment rates, diversify income sources, optimize tax strategies, plan for retirement. Pre-retirement, 50s-60s. Shift to capital preservation while maintaining some growth, plan retirement income sources, optimize social security and pension strategies. Retirement, 65+. Focus on income generation from accumulated assets, preserve wealth for healthcare needs, plan legacy and estate distribution. The lasting impact, beyond money. Life transformation stories. Relationship improvements. Many couples report that following MIPUP principles eliminated money conflicts and strengthened their relationships through shared financial goals and open communication. Career acceleration. The confidence and skills developed through financial success often translate into career advancement, as people become more willing to take calculated risks and advocate for themselves. Health and wellness. Financial stress is a major contributor to health problems. People who achieve financial stability through the MIPUP method often report improved physical and mental health. The confidence cascade. The success spiral. Financial success creates confidence that spills over into other life areas. People who master money often improve their health, relationships, and career performance. The leadership development. Managing personal finances develops skills that translate into leadership abilities, planning, decision-making, risk assessment, and goal achievement. Your financial revolution starts now. The choice before you. You now have access to the same knowledge that has transformed millions of lives across Brazil and beyond. The question isn't whether the MIPUP method works, the evidence is overwhelming. The question is whether you'll apply it. The path of the majority. Most people will find this information interesting but take no action. They'll continue their current financial patterns and wonder why their situation never improves. The path of the successful. A small percentage will recognize the power of these principles and begin implementing them immediately. They'll start their own 33-day transformation today. Starting your transformation. Day 1 actions. Calculate your exact net worth and monthly cash flow. Identify your money personality and behavioral patterns. Write down 3 specific financial goals with deadlines and emotional reasons. Set up a simple system for tracking daily expenses. The commitment. The MIPUP method requires only 2 commitments: consistency and honesty. You must be consistent in applying the daily challenges and honest about your financial reality and progress. The support system. Building your network. Surround yourself with people who support your financial goals and share your commitment to wealth building. Avoid those who mock or discourage your efforts. Continuous learning. Financial education is a lifelong process. Commit to reading, learning, and growing your financial knowledge continuously. Celebrating progress. Acknowledge and celebrate small wins along your journey. Financial transformation is a marathon, not a sprint. The ultimate promise. What 33 days can do. If you commit fully to the MIPUP method for 33 days, you will Have complete clarity about your financial situation. Understand your money psychology and behavioral patterns. Have a specific, actionable plan for achieving your goals. Start building wealth systematically and automatically. Develop confidence in your ability to create financial success. Begin thinking and acting like a wealthy person. Create momentum that continues long after the 33 days end. The compound effect. Beyond 33 days. The real magic happens after the initial 33 days. The habits, systems, and mindset changes you develop create compound effects that accelerate your progress exponentially. The 5-year vision. People who fully implement the MEPUP method typically achieve financial results in 5 years that would have taken decades using traditional approaches. Your financial freedom story. The beginning. Your financial transformation story begins with the decision to take control of your financial future and apply proven principles consistently. The journey. The path won't always be easy, but it will be worth it. Every small step forward builds momentum for the next step. The destination. Financial freedom isn't just about money. It's about having choices, reducing stress, and creating the life you truly want. The revolution continues. Joining the movement. When you apply the MEPUP principles, you're not just changing your own life. You're joining a global movement of people who refuse to accept financial mediocrity and are committed to creating wealth and abundance. The ripple effect. Your financial success will inspire family members, friends, and colleagues to examine their own financial habits and possibilities. The legacy impact. The financial principles you master and teach to others will impact generations of your family and community. The time is now. No perfect moment. There will never be a perfect time to start building wealth. There will always be expenses, challenges, and reasons to postpone. Successful people start anyway. The cost of waiting. Every day you delay starting is a day of compound growth lost forever. The earlier you start, the more dramatic your results will be. Your moment. This moment, right now, could be the turning point in your financial life. The moment you decided to stop making excuses and start building wealth. The question isn't whether you can afford to start building wealth. The question is whether you can afford not to. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Your financial freedom journey begins with your next decision. Make it count. Save yourself. The revolution starts now.